Today, we're going to dive into a really personal story of transformation. It's the story behind a truly respected teacher and a very, very special place of sanctuary. This is Nam's journey, the story of Bhante Agachita.
So you see this number, 25. Why is it so important? Well, it marks a huge milestone. We're talking about the 25th anniversary of the 𝗟𝗃 Buddhist sanctuary. And this place, it's become a spiritual home for so many people. And the person behind it all, the founder, is Bhante Agachita Mahathera. I mean, it was his vision, his incredible discipline, and just tireless effort that brought this place to life. He created something more than just a refuge in the forest, It's really a sanctuary for the heart.
And that, right there, brings us to the real heart of what we're talking about today. See, it's easy to look at the teacher, the guide, the founder, and just see the finished product. But if you really want to understand the journey, you gotta ask,
before he was Bhante Agachita, who was the man?
Okay, so, the man named Nam. Every journey begins with a name, and to find that answer, we've got to go way back to the very beginning, back to a name.
So before he was this guiding light for so many, he was just a young man named
𝗟𝗃.
And what's fascinating is that even back then, you could already see the person he was going to become. He had this really serious mind, a kind of quiet strength about him, and this deep curiosity about the bigger questions in life. You can just tell the seeds of his future were already planted, right from the start.
And these weren't just, random personality quirks. Think of it like tending a garden. From a very young age, he was cultivating these core qualities: being contemplative, being precise, and being deeply sincere. And those qualities? They became the absolute bedrock for everything he would later teach and practice. So next up, a creative pulse, the unseen sides of an earnest seeker. Because you see, the story doesn't just end with a serious, disciplined mind. No way. There was this whole other side to him, a side most people probably didn't see, a creative pulse just beating right under the surface.
And honestly, this is where the story becomes so human. It just goes to show you that discipline and creativity, they aren't opposites at all. Right there, inside that focused, sincere person, there's this vibrant, artistic energy just waiting to come out.
The very same person who would become this renowned monk, he once strummed the guitar. He had a real passion for music. And get this, he even played a tiger on stage.
And one of the main actors in an absurdist play.
It just shows you, these aren't two different people. They're just different sides of the same incredible person.
And that creative energy, he never just left it behind. Not at all. It was transformed. It became this incredibly powerful way to connect with people, a way to reach their hearts, not just through dry logic, but through harmony.
And here's a perfect example of what I'm talking about.
That passion led to something called Dhamma rhymes, a project where Buddhist teachings were encapsulated into short metered verses and chanted harmoniously with restrained melodies. It was a beautiful blend of rhythm and wisdom that made deep ideas accessible and essential instructions memorable. It proved that the search for truth can have a rhythm, a gentle beat of compassion.
So we go.
Only one object can the mind take it any time. So 561 is the base for 𝗟𝗃. 𝗟𝗃.
From sound to silence, a journey of transformation. All of this creative expression, it all started to build into the next phase of his life. A really profound shift from sound to silence, from creating things outwardly to this deep inner journey. So you can really see a clear path here, right? It's this natural progression from seeking to actually seeing, from asking questions to finding a deeper understanding. And the key thing here is that this wasn't about getting rid of his old self, not at all. It was about integrating every single part of who he was. Like the precision he learned as a musician, you can bet that helped shape the incredible clarity of his teachings later on. So really the whole point is this idea of integration. On one hand, you've got 𝗟𝗃, the earnest seeker with that creative spark. And on the other, you have Bhante Agachita, the guiding light.
The journey wasn't about choosing one over the other. It was about channeling that creativity, that passion for harmony, and transforming it into genuine compassion and real wisdom.
Okay, so let's zoom out a little. For A Human Story, this isn't just a story about one person or one monk. It's really a story about the human spirit, and it's got a lesson in it for every single one of us. And here it is, the big takeaway. It's so easy to look at people we admire and think they just arrived that way, fully formed. But we have to remember, behind every great teacher, every founder, every guide, there is a human story.
And that story, with all of its twists and turns, all its creativity and all its questions, it all started so simply, with a young man, a seeker, and a name, Liang Sun Nan.